progress. Share the screen. Okay, you see the website? Can you see the website?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good. Sorry. Yeah, I'm always going on about you to mute all the time, and then I get annoyed if you don't say anything. Okay, jolly good. Let's have a look at the results. They're both the same, of course. So we'll just look at this one. Beryl and David are very... Ooh, Sheila's joining us now. I was hoping she'd join because she requested... Hello, Sheila. Oh, right, we'll try again in a minute. Perhaps she's not. I think I've let her into the... Hello, Sheila.
Yes, hello, Chris.
Oh, hello. Hi. We've not started.
Sorry, a bit later.
No,
as
it's all
usual.
right. We were just talking about people who play 5-card majors and what they should and shouldn't do. But we'll leave that and look at the results. And a very convincing win for Beryl and David. Very well done.
Yes, excellent.
We can
I was
dwell on
asking-
this page for a bit, Sheila, don't worry.
I mean, when you get a comfortable win like that against some, let's be honest, one or two fairly formidable opponents, did you feel that it was going well throughout the morning?
Not particularly. I thought we played better last week and we came nearly bottom. So,
It's only really in the second half, isn't it, that you can get a clearer idea of your scores.
yeah.
I used to get really optimistic after 2 rounds if I got what I called a top, you know, in other words, beating, you know, so it is deceptive. From my point of view, it's great nobody's getting really horrid scores like 20 odd. And it, you know, so it was mainly very close, actually. And Christopher, we already congratulated you. And I spent a special message to Lynn and Pearl because actually they were the top, what do you call it, bona fide.
Yeah, absolutely. I apologize.
I don't mean that you're not bona fide personally, Christopher, obviously. I don't want to say that. Okay, jolly good. So we are going to have a session on how I do these, but I may not do it actually live. I think it's very important everybody knows precisely how it's all done. Scoring gets a lot easier, you know, if you do it a lot of times. I've been doing it 10 years and it becomes fairly clockwork. Incidentally, the standard of scoring is very good in our group. There are very few anomalies, and if there are, I can usually see quite easily what's gone wrong. So thank you for that. Right, the losing trick count. Now, I know this is something that most of you have done before, although we'll be going a little bit more deeply into it than we have in the past. I've stuck it with conventions because I couldn't think where else to stick it. In fact, actually, of course, it's not really, losing trick count is not really a convention as such. It's a system of hand evaluation. So why do we use it? Well, when you're in no trump contracts, really, it is just a question of total points usually, isn't it? You know, 25 is game, 33 is slam, making the bidding relatively easy. Now, of course, in most trump contracts, you can make more tricks in trumps than you would be able to in no trumps. That's the whole point. How many more varies a lot. Sometimes it can be quite a few more. And so you are perhaps taught at some time to add shortage points, because if you've got a short suit, that means that you can have a ruff or two extra. And shortage points are a fairly reasonable method of assessing your hand, so long as you have this magic 8-card fit. And you shouldn't use either shortage points or the losing trick count unless you have. Because if you've got less than 8 cards, you probably can't afford the trumps to make extra tricks. So we're going to go this from scratch. As always, please, if you're not so experienced in this, do stop me if I go too quick. I've got quite a lot to get through tonight. So the losing trick count. This has been around, I think, since about the 1970s in its current form. And the idea is very important. Once again, I'll re-stress, you have got to have found an 8-card fit. Now, the great thing about the losing trick count is that if you know it and your partner doesn't, it doesn't matter. So it's not like other conventions. You can still use it, even with a partner who's never heard of it. How it works then, as you perhaps know already, is that in each suit, the most losers you can have is 3. It's assumed that beyond that, you've got some kind of length winners or it's trumps. So we count a maximum of 3. You can't lose more tricks than cards in the suit. So if you have a doubleton, you cannot have more than 2 losers in that suit. Okay. Similarly, if you've got a singleton, that's good news because you've only got 1 loser maximum because the second round can be trumped. And of course, with a void, you haven't got any losers. So in other words, shortages are good news, provided you've got a trump fit. Now,
Chris,
the other side, yes,
Chris,
please.
going
please
back
ask.
to absolute basics, I think I know the answer to this, but can you explain in words of 1 syllable quite what you mean by a loser?
Right. It is a card that, sorry, I'm going to have to use 2 syllables now. It's a card that is expected to lose as you run through the suit. Now, in a minute, we're going to do several just trial examples, and I hope it'll make it clear for you. Okay. What you assume, Val, is that you imagine that in a suit, firstly, the ace is played, then
Yeah.
the king, and then the queen. Okay. And if you think of that, then you can work out, oh, the first card will lose to the ace, the second might lose to the king. Do you see the general idea? And so the other side of the coin is, I suppose, what you call winners. Now, clearly, if you've got an ace, that's an absolute winner. So you reduce your losers by 1. Now, the improvement really on with the losing trick count over just counting points, that if you've got a king singleton, that's a very mixed blessing, isn't it? Because, you've got a king that could crash on the ace. So it doesn't count a king that's a singleton as a winner. And this is where it starts to improve on adding shortage points. Similarly, a queen really needs to be a doubleton or a single, not a singleton or a doubleton. The queen's the most complicated card in the losing trick count, as we'll see later. But can you see if a queen singleton, it's hardly worth anything really, is it? And a queen doubleton could easily fall on the ace or the king. So we're happy with that definition.
Yeah.
Now what we'll do, and perhaps we'll give the less experienced priority, these hands are random, okay? Completely random. And what we're going to do is work our way, Val, for example, or perhaps Jean, were you taught the losing trick count?
Yes.
Yes. It's a fairly advanced topic actually for a beginners group.
But very much, that's why I was asking, very much as a formula, but without understanding, well, without me understanding, perhaps the rest group did, quite what was meant by a loser. So the way we were taught it, what you've got there, there's 2 spades,
Superstar.
no hearts, 2 diamonds, and 3 clubs.
I agree with the black suits. Okay. So you obviously, and they've gone grey because they're losers. Can you see that?
Yeah.
When you've got the ace singleton, there are no losers because you have got a singleton.
Actually, that's right. Sorry. Yeah.
Can you see that the heart's actually no losers?
Yeah. So I should have said 0, and it should have been 2 for the diamonds. I don't know what I said.
Ace, king.
Maybe you did say 2. I can't remember.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm going to be really annoying later and call it 2.5, but let's forget that.
Yeah, I know 10s have been promoted in recent years since we started.
So you're happy with that? And can you see, therefore, that is 7 losers,
Yeah.
which is a pretty average, the average hand contains 7 to 8 losers.
Yeah.
And what do we got? 4, 6, 8. It's only 9 points. But what makes it better than average is the singleton heart. Okay. And of course, if that ace of hearts was the king, it wouldn't be so good, would it?
No,
Or
but
the
it would
queen.
have the same score, the way we were taught, because you don't count ace, king, queen.
Right.
among
If
the
that
top
singleton
three.
ace, I'm really glad you're not letting me go too quickly here.
Yeah.
If that ace of hearts were a king, it would be a loser because it's deemed to fall on the ace.
Yeah.
We don't like high card points in short suits. They're just wasted, or can be. Similarly, if it were a queen, it would also be a loser. Can you see that? So in that heart suit, there couldn't be more than one loser because it's a singleton. The ace itself is a winner, so we've got no losers in that suit. Okay. Okay. Let's try another one. Let's do 2 or 3 until we're all really happy about this idea. Just wait till somebody gives me the total.
9,
3.
9,
4, 5,
9.
9.
Yeah.
6, 7.
This is a typical sort of hand where you might scrape up a responding bid of 1 in a suit. It's 6 points, isn't it? We got 3 spade losers. I've drawn a black line there, by the way, to show that you don't count losers after the 3rd. Okay. Losers in hearts, 2,
2,
not 3, because the idea is that you only have to lose 2 rounds. The 3rd round, presumably, you'll be able to trump with your whatever the trump suit is. Might be spades, might be diamonds, who knows? How many have we got in diamonds?
1.
1. Yep. We're just going to lose to that ace. So the ace is played, we have to lose 1 card. Okay. Then we've got the king and the queen as winners. And a useless club suit of maximum 3 losers, making a total of 9. Okay. Everybody okay so far? One more for luck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you go onto the website, it's now on, you can do as many as you like and test yourself. This is the crude version of the losing trick count. And if this time later, we will be showing you 1 or 2 little adjustments to it. How about this one?
2,
10.
10.
10.
Yes,
4,
it's pretty
7.
2, 4, 7, 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
2,
Yeah.
yeah, a fairly dire hand. Okay. And on we go. So you're right with the basic idea. Let's do
Yeah.
some examples and let's try and apply it. Sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is how it works. You count your losers, which we've just learned how to do so. You add your partner's assumed losers. Now, how do you do that? Are you psychic? Well, no. What you do is if you're a responder, you assume that partner has 7 losers. Now, a typical minimum opening bid is 7 losers or around about 12 points, okay? On the other side of the coin, if you're opener and your partner responds at the 1 level, in a new suit, you assume 9 losers.
Yeah.
Now, those are the only 2 numbers you've actually got to remember.
Yeah.
A minimum opening hand is 7. That's about 12 points or so. A minimum responding bid, and by that I mean, say, a change of suit at the 1 level, about 6 points, is 9 losers. Now, partner may have fewer than that, in other words, better, but they can speak their mind later. Do you see what I mean? So you assume the minimum. So you count your losers, which we know how to do. We add the assumed losers. And don't forget, even if they don't know the losing trick count, you can still make that assumption. And you subtract the result from 18. Now, is there a genius in the audience who explain where 18 comes from? Not that you need to know it.
Yeah, we've done this.
Anybody know why it's 18?
Maximum of
Keith,
9 for each side.
most, if you think about it, the most losers you can have in a hand is 12.
Mm.
Yeah. So the most losers both players could have is 24. So if you so in other words, if you subtract your losers in both hands from 24, you get the number of tricks you should make. Now, because the first 6 don't count, it becomes 18. And if you don't understand that, it doesn't matter 2 hoots. Just remember the number 18. And that gives the level at which you should bid. I say which you should bid, but you are human and you might look at your opponents and you might look at your hand. It's not a law, the losing trick count. It says LCT there. It should say LTC, shouldn't it, at the top? LTC,
Oh, yeah.
losing
Yeah.
trick count.
Yes.
I think you worked that out. All right, let's do some examples. Your partner has opened the bidding with 1 spade. What should be your responding bid?
Six.
Mm.
3.
2.
2 spades.
2.
Christopher, and I think that was David, suggest
Yeah.
2 spades. Shall we see if they're right? Yeah, 2 spades. Can you see that at the bottom? Now, how we arrived at that? Well, first of all, we assume because partners open the bidding that they've got 7 losers, okay? They may have less, but that's up to them. We have here, can you see that's 9 losers?
Yeah.
2, 5, 8, 9, 7, 9, 16. Take it from 18, you got 2. So it's good enough to raise, but only just to 2 spades. Important, of course, we can use the losing trick count because we know we've got at least 8 cards in spades. Okay, I'll work through these steadily, but if you don't see why that's 2 spades, just stop me, we'll re-explain it. Happy with that?
More than 7 losers.
And in fact, 2, 5, 8, it's 9 losers, isn't it? 2 in spades, 3 in
Yeah.
hearts, 3 in diamonds. Only 3 in hearts and 3 in spades. You only count the first 3. 2 in spades. You only count the first 3 cards. 3 in diamonds. That's 9. Yeah. And it so happens that that is 6 points. The losing trick count doesn't really like jacks very much, but it's sort of compensated.
Unless you've got 10 points anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, 2 spades, excellent. 1 heart from partner.
3.
Group 2, did you give the others a chance, please?
8.
Yeah.
8 losers, somebody says correctly. Assume partner's got 7 losers. So we're going to bid
15.
Is it
3. 3
Yes.
though.
3 hearts. One of the ladies says 3 hearts, absolutely right. 3 spades, 3 hearts, no diamond losers. That's a real bonus. And 2 club losers.
Can I go back? Am I being basic? Why have we got 8 losers? Aren't
Right,
there?
let's, yeah, it's really,
7?
yeah, okay. Can you see there are 3 spade losers?
Yeah, 3 spades,
Yeah.
3
Can you see the
hearts.
3 hearts? There are no diamond losers.
Yeah, and therefore I would have said only 1 club. Oh, 2 clubs, 7,
Yeah.
9. Yeah, sorry. Grade
that's
6 GCSE maths here. Yeah,
No, it's okay. The ace will take 1 loser.
yeah.
The king will take the next, but then the queen will win.
Yeah.
And
sorry,
that's a good.
that was
That's
basic
actually what
maths.
I. That's a good queen, isn't it, Val? Because it's got its jack.
Yes, yes, yes,
Are you happy that's 8?
yes.
Go. It's actually really quite easy, this, when you get used to it, you know.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too easy sometimes.
It's 8 again, isn't it?
7, 7,
7.
8.
1, 2, 3,
Ellen,
4,
Five.
Ellen's
Seven.
reared.
7.
7.
Okay, I make it 7.
Yeah.
2 spades, 1 heart,
It's 8, yes.
2
Makes a
diamonds.
difference.
2 clubs. Now that hand there is just 12 high card points, but the LTC regards the 2 doubletons as a bonus, so it thinks we should bid
4
4
spades.
spades.
yeah 7 and 7, minimum 7. We've got 7, and we should be bidding 4 spades. I saw Anne Richardson yesterday seeming to bid a whole series of hands using the losing trick count and always in spades. Okay. Happy with that?
Yeah.
On diamond this time.
2,
3,
3,
5,
4,
6, 7.
7.
8.
3.
7s, I can hear 8s.
1, 2,
8. Yeah, 8, I think.
It's 8.
It's 8.
Yeah. Using the crude system, you've got 2 spades. Once the ace and king have been played, 1 heart, 2 diamonds, 3 clubs. So we have a hand which is 8 losers. What should we bid?
3 diamonds.
3 diamonds. A deep voice says 3 diamonds, and the deep voice is right. 7 and 8 is 15. 18 take 15 is 3. Okay, so it applies to the minor suits as well as the majors. Okay, slight element of preemptiveness about that bid, actually, probably. You happy with 3 diamonds? Okay. If I don't hear otherwise, I'll move on.
It seems a bit optimistic to me, but obviously it must be a proven method, you know, with a number of points you've got.
But it is slightly optimistic, Sheila, because the
You've only
spades
got
almost
7
sort of,
points.
yeah.
Or 2
I
points.
actually wouldn't hesitate to bid 3 diamonds, and you know why? Because it's a bit preemptive. It makes it hard for them to find their major, and I would definitely bid 3 diamonds with this.
Mm.
You see what I mean? So,
Yeah.
although it's optimistic, it has an element of preemptiveness about it. The problem arises in the minor suits when you don't really want to be bidding 4 diamonds, do you? And we're into deep water there, but I think I'd go to 3 with that one. Okay. I mean, he's very likely got a 10-card diamond fit. Very likely.
So why did you say you were into deep water when you bid 3 or 4 diamonds? Why?
Well, the thing is, if you went 1 diamond, 4 diamonds, suppose this hand were 1 better, you know, I don't like bidding 4 diamonds. Why? Because it cuts out the possibility of 3 no trumps.
Okay.
So, you know, I don't know if any of you have been around at the club long enough to remember me giving a talk on inverted minors.
Yeah.
And in that system, which is a little bit more of advanced, you reverse your mind. So if you've got 10 points or more, you bid 2 diamonds. So in that, that's the way you get round it. I'm only just saying that I don't like raising a minor to the 4 level or the 5 level without first checking to see if I can't do 3 no trumps. But that can be a little bit awkward. Fortunately, in this example, I think 3 diamonds is quite enough.
But wouldn't that encourage the opener to go to 5 or something with, and wouldn't have enough points?
I think it might encourage them to
Yeah.
overbid, and then we're in clover. That's the theory. This is what it says anyway. We've got a big diamond fit. It's coming. I mean, I agree. If you could bid 2.5 diamonds, that would probably be, but you're not allowed to, are you? So, okay, it's somewhere between 2 and 3. I admit. How about this one? Clubs this time.
6.
8.
8. 8. So you go to the 2.
We've got 8 losers, I agree. So we go to,
3 clubs.
somebody said 3 clubs just now. Does everybody else agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. What is it? Partner has opened the bidding. What is? Well, you've got a 4-card major there.
First trap of the evening. We've been going along nicely. We've worked out it's 8 losers, and somebody said 3 clubs, which sounds right, but no. Really important thing of bidding, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't raise partners minor if you've got a 4-card major.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we've got 7 points, so we need to bid something, and so that's the first little nasty trap I've set there. Okay.
What happens when if the opponents come in on diamonds?
If the opponents come in on diamonds, we can still bid 1 heart.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If they come in on spades, Beryl,
Yeah.
was that Beryl?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. Or it
If
is.
if they come, yes, glad to, nobody's collapsed from boredom yet. Now the problem is, Beryl, isn't it? If they bid 1 spade,
Yes.
does anybody know the get out clause there?
Unassuming, no.
No, not
oh,
unassuming.
what's it called?
Negative double.
Thank
Negative
you,
double,
negative
yeah.
double, isn't it?
Negative double, yes. Now,
Yeah.
if you don't know negative doubles, I don't think we've done it yet in a Zoom session. It's extremely useful. We won't go down there now. But fortunately, we're assuming the opponents have not been rude enough to bid, so we bid 1 heart there. Can I just repeat, because I think some of you fell into a trap there, that you don't raise partners minor if you have a 4-card major. Just because partner opened 1 club doesn't mean they haven't got 4 hearts, does it?
No.
Okay. And we will, if we've got a heart fit, we've got a double fit in hearts and clubs, which is a particularly valuable asset. The main thing is, if you've got a major to mention it before raising a minor, if anybody didn't know that already. It's just so easy. I mean, it's 2 tricks cheaper to make major suit games. That's the point. 1 trick cheaper.
Okay.
So it's 1.
Interesting to see what you think of this one.
4, 5, 8.
8 losers, I grant you. So we should be bidding
3.
2 hearts. Yeah.
well. If we just don't think about it, we're bidding 3 hearts, won't we? But we don't know if we've got an 8-card heart fit. So it's not an appropriate hand to use the losing trick count. So what do we bid?
2 diamonds.
1 no trump.
Singleton.
To bid a new suit at the 2 level, you need 10 points, or perhaps with a 5-card suit, 9 points. You know, the old rule of 14.
2
We
hearts.
cannot bid 2 diamonds. It's far
Yeah.
too weak. Is there any other alternative?
1 no trump. 1
One
no
no
Well,
trump.
trump.
1 no
Or
trump
2
is the
hearts.
standard alternative, isn't it, as a last resort? However, I think two hearts
Yeah.
is a better bid. Because it's more helpful to partner. You've got that nice singleton. And when you bid two hearts, do you know you're not really promising necessary 4-card support? So although there's a case for one no trump, a strong case for one no trump, there isn't a case for two diamonds. I think two hearts in the long run is better. Now, you know, 70% of one heart bids are 5 cards, even if we don't play 5-card majors. And I think I tend to use one no trump as a last resort. But if you thought that was one no trump, that's absolutely fine. You've got the right idea. So first prize for two hearts, second prize, close second prize for one no trumps, but not two diamonds, please, there. And not 3 hearts, certainly, because although we've got 8 losers, we don't know that we've got a, you know, partner could have 4 hearts. We can't apply it. Okay. So a slightly trickier one there, wasn't it? Okay.
What's the bid?
Spade.
Open the bidding, and partner raised to 2 spades. So we moved on a bit now in the bidding, haven't we? You open 1 spade, quite correctly, of course. This is your hand. Partner raised to 2 spades.
6 wood. 6 wood.
That could be for me.
Reckon they've got 9. You pass.
Thank you. How many losers have we got?
7.
7.
7.
How many losers do you think partners got? Their
Assume 9.
responder, 9.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Assume 9.
Assume 9. Now, our partner is responder now. They have raised, but to a minimum level, haven't they? So can you see that our partner's probably got 9 losers?
Yeah.
Because they've made a minimum raise. Yeah. We're opener now for the first time. How many losers have we got? 7. So partner's minimum, and we're minimum. So what should we do?
Pass.
Pass.
Yeah, pass or pass, whatever part of England you come from, or America. Okay. We've got 7 losers. We just about open the bidding. 4, 5, 7, 10, 12. It's a poor 12, isn't it? But it passes the rule of 20, certainly. Partners only got 9, or we assume they've got 9 because they've only raised to the 2 level. So quite happy to pass there. Okay. Can everybody see why partner probably has 9 losers? Because they're responder.
Yeah.
And that's the minimum level, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's something like 6 to 9 points, that sort of thing.
Sorry, this is probably a basic question again. I'm still going back to counting them. I mean, surely there's 2 spades losers, 2 hearts, 2 diamonds. Why have we got 7 losers? Surely
That's
it's
because the
6.
Queen of Clubs can only be lost once.
Oh, so we add in extra. I'm sorry, back to the basic formula we learnt. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's only 1 loser. Because once the Queen is taken, which it probably will be,
2.
1
7
club
losers.
loser, because after on the second round of clubs we can trump it. So there's only 1 trick we can lose in clubs. But the Queen singleton is hardly an asset, is it? And this is an improvement on adding shortage points this hand, isn't it? Because you'd be adding extra for a singleton.
So we're calling the Queen a loser. If it had been a single king, would we have counted that
Also,
as
a
being
single
extra
king would
loser?
also- would indeed.
Yeah.
Right?
A Queen singleton or Queen doubleton is a loser.
Okay. All right.
So this is the little blind spot we have, isn't it, with the losing trick?
Mm.
Not have more losers in a suit than there are cards in the suit. So the most number of losers we could have in clubs is 1. It would only be 0, of course, if that were the ace of clubs. Happy about that point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
You've got 2 there. Yeah.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
Barry, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Have you come across the losing trick count, Barry?
I have.
Oh, good. So it's not entirely new to you then. Good, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one,
Do we have
please.
an acronym for loser?
1, 2,
Open the bidding with 1 heart. Quite correctly.
4,
3,
5.
5, yeah.
5, isn't it?
Partner raised 2 hearts.
4.
5.
4.
Some part. 4.
No,
It's 4, somebody says, and they're right. How many losers as partner, probably? Minimum raise? Partners responder?
9.
9. Same as last time, but we got a better hand this time, haven't we? 1 spade loser, 1 heart loser, 2 diamond losers, and just a single club loser.
That's
That
5.
singleton is quite an asset, isn't it? So I make that 5 losers. It's
Yes,
a
I do.
good opening hand.
Yeah.
It's not fantastic in points, it's 15. What makes it so good is the singleton club, isn't it? That's definitely worth an extra couple of tricks. So I'm going to go for 4 hearts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And as I wandered around the room yesterday, I saw 2 or 3 times people making confident bids like this, and I was pleased. Do you know what I was most pleased at yesterday? One of the boards was something like 4 hearts plus 2. That's 12 tricks.
And everybody
Bid
made
by
650.
every single north-south. And I thought, gosh, what consistency. That's good, because the more you look at travellers, the more experienced the players, that will happen more often, that you arrive at the same conclusion. Then some bright spark says, oh, you should have bid slam.
Yeah.
That is usually nonsense. Don't
No.
let anybody say to you, you should have bid slam.
My husband's a bright spark.
I don't suppose he says it in that sneering way.
No, he
No.
doesn't.
Well, at least
Just
you won.
Gosh, Tim asked me about a difficult hand yesterday. I ended up suggesting that he used something called Michael's Cubids, but we won't go down that road today.
Yeah.
Tim, by the way, that bid was right. You'd be just terribly unlucky that your partner had 2 of one and 1 of the other. By the way, that was just see how that question's preyed on my mind over 24 hours. Ruined my coffee break, I'm afraid. Okay, number 12.
One diamond, partner bid, 1 club.
Now this
One
time,
spade.
partners change suits.
1 spade.
Is it one spade?
Spade.
Oh, sorry.
8.
7 losers.
Spade.
2.
8.
You'd have to go to 4, wouldn't you?
Must be in us. We'd go straight to 4 spades.
Let's do it slowly. What
Yeah.
do we take partner for in terms of losers?
9.
9.
9. Just responding at the 1 level.
Yeah.
It's 9, isn't it? Yeah. So we don't want to get carried away.
Mm.
Don't count partner for 7. Their responder. Okay. Now at least we've got a fit, but we ourselves are minimum.
Yeah.
See, we've got 7 losers. Can you
Yeah.
count 7 losers there?
Yeah.
That's your rule of 20 hand, isn't it?
7. Yeah.
It's 11 points and a
Yeah.
5-4.
Yeah.
Isn't it 8
So
losers?
it's no surprise. Sorry, Tim.
Isn't it 8 losers?
7, isn't it?
1, 2, 3,
1
4,
spade.
6, 7.
7.
And
We
7.
lose the ace of
Oh,
spades.
sorry, my mistake.
One way to think about this is the ace of spades, the ace and king of hearts, the king and queen of diamonds, and the ace and king of clubs. You can, that's their cards, obviously. You know? So it's 7 losers plus 9. We must bid. When we say they got 6 points or 9 losers, they have a lot more. You must bid 2 spades, but just 2 spades because it's only 7 losers.
Well, you'd have gone to 4.
I'd have got that wrong, somebody says.
Richard.
Richard. I get a bit aggressive. I'd have gone to 4. I'm joking.
Well, I think you might have got a hard stare from your partner, although with your brilliant declarer play, you might get a top, of course. Who knows?
I always get a hard look.
Well, yeah, of course, you could be lucky in that your partner could possibly have 7 losers.
Yeah.
So it needn't necessarily be a mistake, but it's not very scientific, is it? And
No.
relies heavily on luck.
Yes.
Good. Right, next. Open the bidding with 1 club, longest suit, good. Partner bid 1 heart.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
6, I agree. Single queen is a loser.
6, 15,
You got to 3.
jump to 3.
3.
I can hear lots of 3s, and I'm pleased because that's the right answer. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losers. For the moment, take partner for 9, assume the worst. And we can, if partner's less than 9, of course, they've got another bid and they can raise the game. Of course, that's the beauty of the system, isn't it? Happy with that?
Yeah.
I think when I first came across the losing trick count, I regarded it as quite magical. I think now I regard it as slightly magical. Anyway, it's something I find that people like learning. But there's a kind of once you got used to it, there's a kind of simplicity, and it doesn't involve all these silly point ranges, does it? Like 6 to 9, 10 to 12, 13 plus, blah, blah, blah. Right. Okay. 1 diamond from you, correctly. 1 spade from partner, good news. But what do we bid?
4, 5, 6.
5 losers.
2, 3. Yeah.
5 losers.
6, isn't it?
You got 5 losers, haven't you?
At 5 indeed.
Oh, yeah.
It's
that's fine.
14.
It's become a very good hand.
Yeah.
So 4 then.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is 4 this time. We take partner for 9. We've got 5.
14.
5 and 9, 14. Take it away from the magic 18. And we bid 4 spades. I just have I just said slightly magical. You know, if that queen of clubs been an ace, we still count it as 2 losers. And we'll see if we have time later, that really to me is a 5.5 loser hand. But there we are. Still worth having a go, I think.
Points to go for Camden.
Good.
Chris, sorry, could I have,
So let's go back to number 14.
sorry, on the previous hand,
Is it number 13?
was it number 13? I think.
The one before that.
Yeah, I think it was that. No, sorry, it wasn't. It was the one with the 3 aces in.
Sorry, David, they're different every time.
Okay, no, it was just, I think on the hand where we were going to 3, we had something like 17 points. So yeah.
Yes. 17 points in terms of losing tricks can be very good or quite good. It just depends on the shape of the hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So losing tricks are good with high card points, but also shortages.
Yeah.
So it sometimes produces results you wouldn't expect from the high card point system.
Yeah.
These questions, by the way, always have the same answer, but they're just sort of random within that. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So now we go back. Yeah. Okay. Did we do that one? That was 4 spades. You see, it's
Yeah.
a different one, but it's the same answer.
Yeah.
So you can practice these time and time again. But they're not identical hands. The same answer, but not identical hands. What about this one?
1 heart, 2 clubs.
We have 1 heart. as we should
Mm-hmm.
do.
Two,
And now
three.
some sort of quite good news. Partners bid 2 clubs.
Mhm.
Seven.
And
Seven.
Hmm.
I'm just waiting to see what you think.
Well, if he goes to the 2 level, how many losers? You know, it's a different
Right,
setup.
that
isn't it?
it's a new thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
When partner bid at the 1 level, we assume 9 losers.
Yeah.
So if they bid at the 2 level, where we were taught 10 points originally, weren't we?
Mm.
Or if you like, the rule of 14, which I think most of you use. Now, if partner bids at the 2 level with a change of suit, how many losers do you think we should take that for now?
7 or 8. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Eight.
I don't know, says somebody. I would take it as 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, logically, it can only be that. So, all right, new suit at the 1 level, sure, 9 losers. But new suit at the 2 level requires extra strength. Assume it's 8 losers. And we've got
7.
7, so we should bid.
3.
Now, I think over the airwaves, I thought I heard a little voice say pass. Now, you must not pass. Because although partner has perhaps 10 points, they may have a lot more. But we've got a minimum hand. 7 losers, agree?
Yeah.
mm,
So we make the minimum bid of 3 clubs. Okay, we've got 7. We've taken partner for 8. Are you happy about that 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
It can't be 9. You know, a new suit at the 2 level must be 8 at most. So I think we should raise to 2 clubs. Now, we don't like raising minor suits in this situation, but can you see that no trumps is absolutely out of the question? Look at the spades. We've got a singleton spade, partner hasn't mentioned them. So with an unbalanced hand, that's what you raise the minor.
Would
Okay.
it? Yeah, this is probably not in losing trick count, but if he said 2 clubs, as you say, he's probably got slightly more points. Is it not worth going back to hearts then? Because we've got, presumably he hasn't got any hearts or very few.
That's another very good question, actually. Yeah, I mean, it is a temptation to repeat your hearts. Don't repeat your suit if you've got something else to say. Now, if we bid 3 clubs, Val, that will show we must have 5 hearts. Because if you bid 1 suit and then another, do you remember it shows 5 in the first
4.
suit at least and 4. Now,
Yeah.
if our partner's got 3 hearts, they can then revert back to hearts.
Yeah.
So our raising clubs doesn't mean that partner can't then support our hearts. Because after our bid of 3 clubs, they should be able to deduce we have at least 5 hearts. So there's no need to mention them again. Of course, we've all got perfect partners, haven't we, who would deduce that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see that?
On that subject, Chris, it's Beryl.
Yeah,
On
she's
that-
agreeing with you,
Yes.
Chris. She's got a perfect partner.
On that subject, if you had 6 hearts and 4 clubs, taking what Val's saying, would you repeat your hearts to show that you had 6?
I think I would bid clubs with a weaker hand like this.
Uh-huh.
I think with 16 or more and 6 good hearts, I would repeat them.
Okay, thank you.
Because we're getting some really good questions tonight. You know, because you remember, if you repeat your heart's jumper level, by the way,
Yes.
that I think I would there, yes, because the odds, yeah. So the answer is it depends how strong it was,
Yeah,
but this
thank
isn't,
you.
is it really?
No.
It's a rule of 20, in fact. Okay. On we go.
One, 2,
6.
4,
5,
5,
6,
6.
6.
6 it is. How many losers are we going to take partner for?
8.
8.
8. It's a 2-level response, 2-level change of suit response. 8. We've got 6, so we're going to bid.
4.
4.
Yeah. A gambler would bid 3 no trumps there.
4 diamonds.
Yeah. That's what it comes to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I think it'd be a great gamble there to bid 3 no trumps. Partner not having mentioned, I think I would bid 4 diamonds. The losing trick count says 4. And that's what we're doing tonight. So we'll raise to 4. And then if partner's got, suppose partner's got 7 losers, they can go on to 5 themselves. Okay.
What would that same, you know, the 5-4 rule still apply there if you made a jump bid? Yeah. In other words, he bid 2 diamonds, so we respond 4 diamonds.
Yeah.
Would that still indicate the fact that you've got 5 spades?
It shows that you've got at least as many spades as diamonds and at least 5. Yeah. Because if you had more diamonds than spades, you should have bid them the first time.
Right. Okay.
Chris, wouldn't you bid no trumps to show your points?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? I mean, it had me thinking there, but a single ace,
Yeah.
partner may have few clubs themselves.
But if you bid 2 no trump, you're not going up that high. You're just showing points.
Oh, well, I see what you mean. 2 no trumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd have to be pretty brave with the ace being a singleton, though. I mean, if that ace had been a trebleton, yes, I'd have bid 2 no trumps. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's an idea, but only if you're feeling very brave, because you could get slaughtered in clubs, couldn't you? You know. Anyway,
You'd only go 2 no trumps as a point count, really.
The point can
yes, indeed. Well, actually, technically, you're showing a balanced hand, you know, really. But it's an interesting one. I don't think I'd dare do it.
Chris, on the points count, you've got, I think it's 17 points on high card points in that hand, yeah? And
Partner's got at least 10.
Yeah, it's got at least 10, so you've got 27 points. So you've got enough to go straight to game.
Not in diamonds.
Game in diamonds is about 20.
Oh,
Game in a
29,
minor
yeah.
suit, it's very easy because we're always
Yeah.
talking about 25. It's about 29, you
Chris,
know.
just it's Beryl again. Just one other question, going back to what you were saying. The way you have told us to bid, that if you have 4 spades, 4 diamonds and whatever, bid your higher card in the spades, because you can bid your diamonds maybe again, although it'd be 4-4. But going back to what you said, if I bid the spade and it was 4 spades and they bid the diamonds, and then I jumped because we had the diamond fit.
I'm glad you've asked that. If you have 4 spades and 4 diamonds, your hand is going to be balanced. So you would bid no trumps.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
of course. Thank you very much.
That was the dreaded 4-4-4-1. But let's pretend it only 3% of hands are like that.
Yeah.
So that answers the 4-4 question, that your second bid would be balanced. It is actually quite a beautiful way that Acol fits together, you know.
Yeah. No,
Named
that's
after
good. Thank you.
Acol Road in Hampstead, 1930s. Right, on we go. Going to be quite late tonight, so if it's past your Horlicks time, I won't be offended if you leave. Probably be going on till about 8:45, maybe.
1, 2,
5.
3,
4, 5.
4, 5.
No, 6, isn't it?
No, you didn't count the king.
Yeah, I think so.
Back. 1, 2, 3, 4.
How many losers have we got?
5.
5. How many losers is partner?
8.
8.
That comes to 5
Three.
clubs.
Yeah.
Now, partner may have 10. We actually have got 19, haven't we, this time? So I think that's a comfortable 5-club bid. No question of no trumps, please. With the singleton jack of spades, of course.
Chris, on the number of points you need for game and a minor, did you say a moment ago it was 29?
Yeah.
I'd always thought it was 28.
Well, it's debatable, but the rationale behind these is 37's a grand slam,
Yeah.
because you can't be missing an ace. Yeah. 33 is a slam because you can't be missing 2 aces. Now, on that basis, if you have 29, you can't be missing 3 aces. Now, the maths is quite complicated, and some books do say 28. Some books say 28 to 29, but 29 would guarantee that you weren't missing 3 aces.
Yeah.
But if you're playing the losing trick count, you don't really have to think about that too much, fortunately.
Thank you.
Okay, 28 to 29.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that's where game in 4 hearts and 4 spades comes from, because you can't be missing 4 aces with 25 points. Beautiful logic if you like that kind of thing. Next one.
One spade, 2 hearts.
It is, yeah.
2, 4, 5, 6, 3.
Six. 6 and 2.
3 hearts.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
no,
got a
you're
fit.
not. You're
Yeah,
not.
I've got a fit.
And you can't
How many
really
losers are we
compare your-
taking partner for?
8.
8 maximum. We've got
6.
right.
David,
So
you've
what are we going to bid?
You haven't got 4 hearts.
You
though.
haven't
You haven't got a fit though, have you?
A nasty person. I've laid another little trap for you.
They've got
They've got to have
they've
nine.
got 5 hearts.
Don't forget.
Mm.
Don't forget that 1 spade,
yeah.
2
Oh, yeah, they've got
hearts
5,
promises
yeah.
5
Yeah, of course they
hearts.
have,
Yeah.
Those are one
When
spade.
I said I knew that you'd fall like lemmings into saying we've only got 3 hearts, but
Yeah.
anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? Because it's
They've
really
got
important
5.
that, by the way, 1 spade, 2 hearts promises 5 hearts.
Yeah,
Yes,
it does.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Sorry about that if you fell into the
No,
trap.
no.
That's all right.
Just, you're making
Well, I'm
sure.
not really
we're-
sorry at all.
No,
Great fun.
Right, we're going 1 step further. Partner opened the bidding with 1 club. We
9.
responded with 1 heart. And then partner raises that to 2 hearts. Good news. We are responder.
9, 7, 16.
We've got 8 losers, 8, 9 losers.
I think we've got
losers.
9 losers.
Yeah.
Now we're a minimum responding hand. We just about scraped up a bid, didn't we? Although we definitely should bid 1 heart with that hand. How many losers do you think our partner's got? They opened the bidding, but they've only raised to 2 hearts.
9.
No, they opened the
Seven.
bidding
7.
8.
down the table. So we take them for 7.
yeah.
Yeah.
We move 1 step further on in the beautiful bidding system.
Mhm.
So we've got 9, they've got 7, we've got 9, so we should.
Pass.
Yeah.
Pass.
Situation, we're responder. This time they open 1 diamond, we bid a spade quite rightly, and then partner raised to 2 spades.
2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've only got 7.
It's 14.
Mm.
4 spades.
It's a 7.
Yeah.
You got
4
7
spades.
losers, haven't you?
We are responder.
Yeah. We've got 7.
4 spades.
Yes,
Take them for
David. I
7.
think David sotto voce. Was that David?
Yes.
Yeah, because we responder. Partner, we can assume, has 7 losers.
Mm.
They opened the bidding, but then they didn't go any further than what they had to. but we've got 7. That's a good responding hand, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's 4 spades. Excellent. We're getting real experts in
Oh,
losing
sorry.
trick counts.
That's
We're on to
fantastic.
bit 4 now. On we go.
Right, partner, it's the bidding with one spade. and
One
it's
spade.
two hearts.
2 hearts.
Second bid, partner then raises.
2, 3, 4,
Two,
5, 6,
three, four.
7, 8. You've got 8 losers.
8 losers, I agree.
Losers, they've got 7.
7 losers for partner, yes.
Mhm.
Partner has raised, but a minimum raise.
Yeah.
So pass. That's it.
Pass.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I agree with that. We responded with 2 hearts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but we got 8 losers. Notice how the losing trick count devalues that queen of clubs. This is where it's good, you see. It doesn't award 2 unnecessary points. So I think on average, we would pass there and we would make 9 tricks. Okay. Point is, partner was opener. They didn't raise, they had to raise, they had to bid, but they didn't raise any more than they could. So we take them for 7, but we've got 8. It still says 3, doesn't it? So we pass. On we go. Always practice these at home if you want to. Oh, now partner's raised to 3 spades. We are responder.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got 8 losers. Guess that's 15 to the 3 level. So
Yes.
you lose it.
I can hear a very accurate commentary from one of the gentlemen, I think.
Leave it. Pass.
Leave it is spot on. Ah, what's this?
4.
Spades, yes.
Have I blundered here? Or was the computer blundered? Let's work it out. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losers.
Mhm.
Oh, it is. The computer's right and I'm wrong.
They've jumped, haven't
Then
they?
jumped, yeah.
Or actually,
Plus
I was
they've
right.
jumped.
I was right this afternoon, but wrong this evening. They've jumped, so they've got 6 losers.
Yeah.
This is opener, remember. We've got 8, so we should be bidding 4 spades. Right. Right, I'm supposed to be teaching you this. I got it wrong. There we are. Okay, 23. Now tonight's CDM Cadbury's Dairy Milk Imaginary Award for the first person to get this right.
You only got 5. 6 losers.
5. Partner's got 6.
13, 14. 14, 12,
1, 2, 3, 4.
17, 17.
11 points, 5,
Mm.
7, 11, 12, 14.
You can't ask for aces.
Yes, you can.
4 no trump,
4 no
isn't it?
trumps.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, somebody just said you can't ask for aces. I do think they've got a point, actually.
That
This-
was me, Richard.
Why do you think? Why do you think it's not a
I
good
would have
idea?
gone for. I would have gone 4 clubs to really annoy you, but we won't go into that.
No, Richard.
No, that's not.
Oh, do you mean some kind of? Oh, right. Do you mean
Gerber.
five clubs?
Gerber.
Oh, I don't do that. No.
No.
Can't play splinters and Gerber, so I don't do it. No, the objection to Blackwood is you've got 2 quick losers in spades.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if we. I haven't pro down. Oh, now that's that's not right. either. I'm still getting hands where we shouldn't. Oh, here's one. That's all right. Now there you could bid 4 no trumps
Mm.
because you haven't got 2 quick losers in a suit.
Yeah.
By the way, don't use black with a void either because you can get a confusing answer. Well, you can take the gamble, but that's a better example. So well spotted there. Somebody who said we shouldn't be using Blackwood, but it was for the wrong reason. Yeah, okay.
But it says there 7 plus 5 equals 14.
It's actually 5 by mistake, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
The 18 take out, I don't understand that. What?
I think I must have been running out of steam this afternoon. Either way, it's 4 no trumps, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, he said hurriedly. Right, finally, just when you thought you got it taped, the losing trick count is not infallible. It can't be right, can it, that the queen 3 and 2 is the same as the ace 3 and 2 in a suit? That just defies common sense. So if you've got queen and 2 small ones, do you know in bridge we write X's for small cards, yeah? Meaningless cards, queen XX. I would count that as 2.5. And I would only count the queen with 2 other cards as 2 losers if it had the jack with it. Some people might argue the 10. So, strictly speaking, the queen with 2 small cards should really be 2.5 losers. Now, you can ignore this adjustments if you like, but I'll tell you anyway. And furthermore, you need to take note of the bidding. Now, if you've got queen XX and your partner's bid it, that's good, isn't it? Because they, you know, the queen in partner's suit is good. But it's not so good if the suit's been bid on your right, on your left rather. Because if the suit's been bid on your left, the queen is more likely to lose to the king or the ace. Can you see that?
Yeah.
This is a general thing in bidding, you know, as you start playing for quite a few years and you start adjusting things to their bidding. Now, if you've got just the queen with 2 others and that suit has bid on the left, it's not good, is it?
No.
Because they play after you and it could lose quite easily to the ace or the king. On the other hand, if that suit was bid on your right, you'd be pleased because it would probably win. Now, and this is not guaranteed, obviously, but we get into this habit of looking at suits compared to what they bid, which is fairly advanced stuff. So don't worry if you can't quite take it in at 20 to 9 at night.
20 to 9.
The ace, I mean, the jack 10 together to me is like a queen, really. I would try say ace jack 10 to me is worth 1.5, not 2. And you might even count the ace king jack as half a loser. But this is very refined stuff, isn't it? What you don't want, though, is a total with an odd half in it. If you are going to be this sophisticated, which I do recommend, if you've got an odd half, that leaves you not in limbo, doesn't it? Now, what decides a good hand from a bad hand with the same points or losers? Right, what's good in a hand? Points in long suits. You want your points to be in long suits, not short suits. Because sometimes they can just fall under higher cards. And of course, we give no points at all to 10s and 9s, but a few of them bundled together can also be a big plus. So that's adjustments to the losing trick count, which you can look at your own leisure and decide it's too sophisticated for you or not. Another big thing, by the way, is that balanced hands. The losing trick count doesn't work so well with balanced hands. I mean, if you take a 4-3-3-3 hand and you've got all 4 aces, yeah, you could have 8 losers and 16 points. Doesn't really make sense, does it? I would certainly tend to not use the losing trick count of 3-3-3. It underestimates a bit there. Okay. And of course, with 4-3-3-3 hands, you're always trying to move away from trump contracts anyway, aren't you? Right, let's finish with a bit of maths, which you may or may not find interesting, just some probabilities. This demonstrates the amazing speed of even personal computing. Just shuffled 1 million hands, okay? We could do with that at our bridge club, couldn't we? just comes in and shuffles a million hands for us. And it's just come out with an interesting table of how often in percentage terms these losers come out. And you can see quite definitely a bulge in the middle there, can't you? 7 to 8 losers. Okay. And of course, hands with less than 3 are very rare indeed. Even 3 is about 1 in every 200. I think when you've got 3 losers, you'd probably be opening 2 clubs regardless anyway. And the average high points there. So if you like these kind of things, you can see how the number of losers would equate to high card points. Same vein, don't worry if you're not at all interested in this, but just to close, another million shuffles. And there's a list of high card points, how often they come up, and their equivalent losers. And it turns out, and every time I've done this, it tells me that 12 high card points averages almost exactly 7 losers. Well, that ties in with our system, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 6 high card points, well, 8.7 losers. It does vary. Let's do it one more time. See, it's not changed even after a million shuffles. So 5 or 6 points is about 9 losers.
Yeah.
And the more I play bridge, the more I'm inclined to respond with 5 points. I certainly do if I've got a 5-card major, by the way. So thank you very much. I'm going to stop recording now.
Thank you, Chris.
Close the screen and right, stop share. And just about to stop recording. If I can work out where it is, stop recording.